Yo YouTube, welcome back to another Den Den Boys video. My name is Garth, I am one half of the Den Den Boys. And on today's episode, we are out and about in Hiroshima again, doing something that I haven't done before, which is I'm gonna hit up a bunch of secondhand game stores, CD stores, that are exclusive to Hiroshima. So I've done the Seagull branded stores in Sendai. I've done the Lucky Cat stores in Nagoya. And we've got the Lepton stores here in Hiroshima, which I've never been to before. So we're gonna attempt to hit 3 of these stores in the time that I've got. So come along for the ride, see what I find, and see if these stores are any good. And before you do that, make sure you do all that great YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, let's get it. All right, there we are. We've made it to the first stop. This is Lepton in Kamiyasu. It's about 30 minutes outside of Hiroshima. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see what we find, hey? So, turn the corner, found a couple of rare cabinets. So, see what we got here. It's the first time looking through it with you. There we go. Pocky and Rocky in the SNES. What do we got here? The original Hammering Harry. Never played it on the NES. I probably should check that out sometime. It's very expensive there though. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got some more SNES stuff down here. Got Twin Bee, 100% Cotton, Russian Beat, legendary Hammering Harry. Some cool stuff. What do we got down here? Vampire Kiss, Castlevania X. Parodius. Might be a bit hard for you guys to see here with the light, but a couple more SNES. Rob the Robot. Yeah, pretty cool. And there's another cabinet over here. We got a Sega cabinet as well. What do we got in here? Food Dudes, Outrun, Gunstar Heroes. What have they got on Gunstar Heroes? Oh, it's not bad. Rainbow Island, Sparkster. Splatterhouse, both part 2 and part 3. That's cool. Actually don't see them very often. The legendary Rystar. I don't have a copy of Rystar. It'd be very cool to own that one. Some Saturn stuff. That's a game I am looking for. Yes, I may have to get that one. And we got a Wonder Mega down here. Awesome. Some cool stuff, man. This store's really cool. All right, another rare cabinet just out on the outside here. We've got some Strat Guides, I think, down there. What have we got? Oh, we got the Sunsoft volume. That's pretty cool. PC Engine. Lyra of Tonma. The Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super CD. It's actually the HuCard version there. That's cool. Yeah, and then we go in here and we've got some Sega Saturn. We'll have to go through. Have a good look at that. Dreamcast. And some Mega Drive to look through. So yeah, tons to look at. All right, this is really cool, guys. There's some really good stuff in here. I'm actually gonna have to make some decisions. I've found a few things. I've got the Night Slashers remake for the PS4. Dynamite Heady Mega Drive, about the $80 mark, and a banger for the Sega Saturn, Astral. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got some decisions to make, plus something I got to get from the window as well. So stay tuned, see what I pick. All right, crew. Second stop, we are at Lepton Kaita. First stop was rad. So high hopes. I got a big bucket list game at the first one, so let's see what we've got in this Lepton store. Let's do it. So as you can see, a little bit of a tour through the store. Not as much retro as the first Lepton store, so a bit like a hard off or a book off, you know, they're hit and miss, you get what you get. But definitely enough to still have a look at, so let's start digging through and see what we can find, hey? Ooh, look at that. That's a good pickup. Kid Dracula, cart, 20 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. What else we got? Nothing super expensive jumping out. What I will say, smaller retro section, and not as big as some of the other stores around, but pretty good prices. Like, you got Turtles in Time for $30 Australian. That's a good price. I've seen it for way more than that. We got things like Super Metroid for $27. Good again. What did I see up the top here? F-Zero, $2. I mean, if you don't have these games in your collection, it's pretty awesome stuff. Okay, looks like we've only got one rare cabinet in the shop. So, the boxed PC Engine. Probably don't need a box, I just want the console on its own, but what's that, 100? It was 170, that's not too bad, I guess, depending on the condition of the box. That's a heavy hitter. The Monkey Magic, or Journey to the West for the PS1. I want 300 bucks for it though, ouch. Let's see what we got down here. NES stuff. Nothing jumping out at me there. Get down into the Super Nintendo games. What have we got? Nosferatu again. It's about normal. Castlevania up the back there. Super Celeste. Yeah, some good titles, but yeah, nothing really super wow. So maybe have a quick look and then on to the next store, I think. All right, crew, here it is. The last stop. Lepton Fuchu. It's been a big day, but it's been rad. Let's get it. All right, we're inside. Mostly new stuff in this one. There's a little bit of retro here, as you can see. Some consoles, got some NES, some SNES to go through. I know you guys want to see what's in the cabinet. And a little PlayStation 1 section and PS2. So, not huge, but hey, it's always cool to be flipping through some retro. Okay, let's check out what's in the cabinet. Pocky and Rocky, Ninja Kun, King of Monsters down there, DuckTales. What have we got? Gorigomon. Another Pocky and Rocky? Wow. Gegege no Kataru there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Again, these ones are tucked in pretty tight. More SNES. Turtles in Time. That's a good price for Turtles in Time. I've seen it way more than that. It's pretty much half the price I've seen it in Tokyo, so it's a bargain. Splatterhouse from the NES, YY World 2. Both great games. Yeah, some good stuff in there. All right, gang, there you go. That was the Lepton chain in Hiroshima. I only did 3, there's many more, but I only had limited time. We had this, like I said, they are the chain of stores here in Hiroshima. We had the Seagull in Sendai, we had the Lucky Cats in Nagoya, and now we've got this blob dude, whatever he's supposed to be. In terms of my thoughts of the store, look, it was really cool. They had a really good selection, especially the first store. I actually regret not picking up a few things there because I actually thought I'd find a bit more at some of the other stops, but that's cool. Yeah, great range of games, very well priced compared to your hard-offs and your surugayas and things like that, and definitely much better than the big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Yeah, if you're here to build up your collection, especially your Super Famicom, PlayStation, all that sort of stuff, there's plenty of games for you. For me, I was looking for, I'm at that point of my collecting where I'm looking for quality over quantity, and I definitely found some heavy hitters that I'm really stoked that I bought. So stay tuned, I'll show you what I got. But all in all, it's a great time. Yeah, it was a really cool chain of stores, and really easy to get to, pretty central to Hiroshima. So yeah, can't go wrong. Like I said, stay tuned. Straight after this, I'll show you what I got, and thanks for watching. Okay, back in the games room, back from the trip. I told you I was going to show you what I got from the Lepton stores. But before I do, I just want to mention something I don't think I mentioned in the video, which was, you might have seen that the way they had the cartridges and all their games set out in the aisles, which is really interesting. A lot of other stores don't do this. They have them priced from lowest to highest on the spine. So if your Japanese isn't that strong, mine's okay, but still struggle with it a bit. It's nice to have the price point on the spine that you can actually see, and then not have to flip through every single cartridge to find those heavy hitters you're looking for. So that was really cool. I like the way they did that. But like I said, I'll show you what I got, so let's get stuck into it, hey? At the first store, you will see this behind the cabinet, a very heavy hitter for me. Something I've been looking for was Hot Buttered Family for the Saturn. It does exist on the PS1, but a little bit cheaper on the Saturn, and got it for a nice price just because the case was a little bit cracked, so happy to take it. A game that I didn't know existed, certainly didn't know a physical copy existed, and that's Night Slashers, a remake of Night Slashers, the classic arcade game on the PS4, so I was keen to have that. A game that I had seen in hard off, but for pretty much double the price and in worse condition, was Tom Runner. A really cool game for the PlayStation 1, got it for on the cheap. Another heavy hitter that I found on the system was Coolie Skunk, or Punky Skunk, some people call it. Coolie Skunk, which is an amazing 2D platformer for the PS1. Normally goes for a pretty penny, but I found it for a really nice price. I'm really stoked to have that in the collection. And last but not least, I got myself Rock and Roll Racing for the Super Famicom. Have it already, but as with most games in Japan, the cover art slaps, and I had to get it for that reason, boxed and complete. Very, very cool. There you have it. That was my pickups from the Lepton stores. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gives you a bit of idea what you could look forward to in Hiroshima if you get there. And yeah, again, appreciate all that great YouTube stuff you do. Like, share, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon for another Dan Boys video. Peace.